What's up, guys? Welcome to A Reseller's Life. This is part 2 of my 9-part series of building your dream eBay store. So let's get straight into the content. If you guys have never been here before, my name is Chris. I'm about 1/3 of my way to my ideal dream eBay store. I'm at $43,000 per month roughly, and I'd like to be at $132,000 per month. And I'm going to go over how focusing on what it looks like when it's done will help you organize your day. So this is part 2. Part 1 was focusing on the basics, and that's the previous video in this series. Reset to zero. Get your account health all set up. Get your listing habits started. So everyone starts at one listing per day. Start there and then slowly scale up. Work on your reseller Rolodex, which is start figuring out what it is that you want to sell. Part of that Rolodex is figuring out where those items come from. So the way to start doing that, we'll get into heavier in this series, a little bit later in the series. But before you get into that, just remember, your reseller Rolodex is something that you build over time. The longer you resell, the more items you'll know that are profitable, and it'll be easier to find those goods over time. So don't worry. In the beginning, just start with listing one thing. As you list more items, your reseller Rolodex will continue to improve. And in third, account health. Just make sure your eBay account is healthy. Try to maintain top rated because it'll go a long way. Your eBay store could make you millions of dollars over the course of your life as long as you just take care of it. So let's get into day 2. This is important. This is the part that a lot of people don't talk about when they're reselling. So let's get into how I organize my day. Number 1, make a schedule. Now this sounds kind of crazy, but I'm going to show you guys my schedule and how, I hear people think that schedules are restrictive, but I don't think so. I think if you have a schedule, you actually work less than people who don't have a schedule. So here's my schedule. 4:30 in the morning, I get up, I launch 200 listings. I actually launch listings every single day. So you'll look at my schedule. I launch listings every single day, but Monday through Friday, I do all the shipping, etc., because I don't ship on the weekends. So 4:30 in the morning, I wake up, I have a cup of coffee, I read a little bit, plan my day, and I journal. So I actually have my virtual assistant overnight build the drafts for me, and then I launch them in the morning, right when I wake up. Then I do a mastermind call. Every Monday through Friday, I meet with other people who do the same thing as this. You guys have probably seen that on my channel. It goes live on Wednesdays. So if you want to join that, it's in my Facebook group, and I get to meet with people who do the same thing as me every day. So I'm pretty jazzed at the end of that hour. Then I have a 45-minute workout with my wife. So right now we're expecting in about a month. That's why the light is pink, because we are having a girl. So super excited. So 45-minute workout with her. That's just really important because it gets me in the right mood, and it reminds me of why I'm doing this in the first place. Because I want to be able to spend as much time as I can with my family if I want to. So 45-minute workout with her. It's been more at home classes than out because she's 9 months pregnant right now. So, but anyway, the 45-minute workout can vary, and it could just be walking around the block. It doesn't have to be anything hardcore. 8 o'clock, we have breakfast together every morning. I drive to work at 8:45. I prep the locations for the items. So I'm going to go over this in more detail later in the series, but I'm essentially looking for where the items are going to be put away. So I do that for about 15 minutes, find all the locations, and I get the 280. I sell clothing, but this would be the same regardless of what category you sell. I also am selling 15 items of my shame pile every single day. So my shame pile is items that I've picked up that don't match clothing. So I still do items that are not clothing, but I'm trying to phase that out. Another person called it their squirrel pile. So maybe that's more PC. Get your squirrel pile listed slowly over time. For me, that's 15 items a day. And after some time, I probably will not have a squirrel pile. After focusing on one niche, I would rather not sell things for fun. I'd rather just I don't want to combine the things I sell for fun with the things I sell to make an income. I'd like to just go treasure hunt if I want to treasure hunt for fun and not even have to worry about reselling it. Just literally look for treasure and then, sell regular clothing so that I can earn my fortune. Do that, and then on the side, just resell treasure for fun. So 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock, I have a photographer and a describer that come. So I'd like to just keep my business 2 people. It gets more complicated when there's more people than that. So 2 independent contractors come in. I would like them to get the 280 items a day each photography, and describing. The describer can do 270 items a day. The photographer is at 240 items a day. So I need to adjust that to make it work a little bit better. It's going to take some time for me to get there because it just needs to be more efficient. I know it can be done. Personally, I could do that. I could take 280 sets of photos, or I could do 280 descriptions in a day. I couldn't do both in the same day, but I could actually do it. So this is two separate people. I'll go over how I pay them in just a moment. And then from 9 to 12, I want to do the shipping. So I want to ship 280 items. I'm currently shipping at the pace of 100 per hour. So I'll also go into that in more detail in the rest of the series, how I ship and how that can save you time. But that's honestly not that fast compared to a lot of people that I have seen. They're shipping multiple items a minute. I'm like 1 to 2 items a minute. But I've seen people who blaze a lot faster than that. Then I want to complete my customer service. And then ideally, in my perfect day, I'm done with eBay. I want to be done by noon. I saw that, one of the people I look up to, Gary Keller, says that if you're intentional, you can be done with your day by noon and spend the rest of the day how you want to spend it. So right now, to be completely frank with you guys, I'm not independently wealthy. I still have to work. So the first half of the day, I'm working so I can make money. The second half of the day, I really just do whatever I want. So that's like I'm halfway free. Half the day I can do whatever I want, but the first 5 hours of the day I have to work. So after that, I work on what I like. So I like to do reading. I'm running that Facebook group with Tech and Sports. I like to make a broadcast, right? So I like to make a video because I enjoy making YouTube videos. And, if I had infinite money, I think my videos would be even better because I'd have a production assistant help me make these videos even better. Right now, you guys are just getting, the best I can do because I don't have so much time. Also, I imagine once I have a newborn, I'm going to have even less time. So doing my best to put out a broadcast as often as possible. 5 o'clock, I go home. I have this really good new habit where I shower as soon as I get home. It sort of resets my workday. It's gone. Make dinner with the wife. Hang out. I usually don't use my phone anymore. There's maybe about 5 people I'd be willing to text after 5 p.m. But honestly, I don't want to talk to, especially people I don't like. There's 5 people I like enough that I would talk to them at night. The rest of the people, they can wait until tomorrow. So then we like to do stretching before bed. Some people call it bed yoga, but that's great. So we knock out all that stuff at the end of the day. I like to read at the end of the day around 9 o'clock and put my phone away. Reading to me is a lot more boring than my cell phone, so I pretty much fall asleep. And I do this schedule Monday through Friday. It's almost exactly what I want to be doing anyway. So this doesn't even feel like work to me, but it is honestly work. I am relatively productive during the day, knocking this stuff out. Also, I review my goals all the time now because I'm trying to remember why I'm doing this. I want to live as long and as healthy as possible, hopefully to at least 100 years old. Happiness-wise, I want complete control of my schedule. I'm not there yet. What does that equal to me? It's $1.5 million in investments. I want to spend less than $60K a year, which is the 4% rule. And I want to continue working because I like working. And also, who knows what inflation is going to be like or if there's an apocalypse. I just want to be ready. So that's why I'm going to stockpile as much as I can. My income goal is $720,000 after tax. Obviously, that's very aggressive. I'm nowhere near that yet, but it's just fun to think about having an income that high. I want to spend time with 1 or more kids. Hopefully, knock on wood, the first one's going to be healthy. Spend time with my kids. My wife are good people. That's pretty much it. And I could throw the last part of that is whenever I want, doing whatever I want. So I could add do what I want with who I want whenever I want to the end of that. And that's essentially what that boils down to. I want a paid off home, 4-bedroom house in California. So that's where I want to be. I like California. I'm just going to stay here. I hope everyone moves to Texas and Florida out of here so it becomes a little bit more reasonable to live here. But I don't plan on leaving California because I like it here. As I live in Oakland, California, which is one of the most diverse places in America, and I like that. I like the diversity, and I think that's interesting. So I like to keep my expenses under $5,000 per month, which I talked about in a previous video, but it's nice. This is like everything that I want to do in one page, and it's on Trello.com, which is free, and I really enjoy it. My wife and I have a goal of visiting 80 countries. We usually do 2 to 5 countries per year, and we like to travel. That's my wife's main hobby is traveling. So we like to, check out what the world has to offer. So that's number one. And this is really all of it. You don't need the other tips I'm giving you because your schedule dictates what your life turns out into. You just got to work on your schedule. If you don't know your schedule, then you actually don't know what your future is going to be like. I've been doing a very similar schedule for 4 straight months, and my store almost doubled. It went from 7,700 listings to now I have 13,111 listings now. So almost doubled in just 4 months, just from really thinking about my schedule. What am I actually doing all day? So that's been huge. So number 2 is don't worry about big increases. Small increases compound over time. So I'm going to show you guys that this is kind of interesting. If you look at my store in the last month, it's grown 4%, right? Which doesn't sound like that much, but I've been growing 3 to 10% every month for the last year. And if you add that up over the last year, I've had 140% increase from last year, and I barely even noticed. It hasn't really been that big of a difference. So in the Facebook group, a new member, Rebecca Goodman, just asked a great question, one of my favorite questions. How do you double? She's at 25 listings a day. She wants to go to 50. And we had David in the group give probably my favorite advice ever, because my channel is called Daily Refinement. And he said, increase your listings by 1 new listing a week. Build that steady habit and don't overload yourself. Fantastic advice. Going from 25 listings to 26 listings a day the next week, you wouldn't even notice that. But if you do that for a half year, now you've essentially doubled your business, and that's huge. Over just the course of 5 months, that's not even that long. So not burning yourself out is really important. Don't worry about the big increases. Just think about increasing, and over time it'll be huge. As you guys know, Hustle at Home Mom is one of the coaches in our group. So you can sign up at patreon.com under her tier, and she gets a bigger piece of the commission. If you guys sign up for $35 a month under Ashley's group, she will go over how she runs a business with a full-time family. She's a full-time stay-at-home parent, and then she also runs her business online, which does 6 figures also. You can see since she's joined the group, she's up 69% total sales per month, which is amazing. $7,000 per month, which is very impressive considering all the other things that she is doing. It's incredible. So Ashley's the best. I'm from Utah, just like her. We went to college together, fun fact. But she's one of the coaches in there. We also have Jack Weaver, who did $1 million last year in Amazon FBA. That's maybe one of the more informative calls of the week. I don't even sell on Amazon right now, but I learned a lot from how a 7-figure seller runs his business. And it's essentially 4 hours a day of business administration and 4 hours a day of listing. I thought it was very fascinating. We're talking about how to run our schedules. In his schedule is 4 hours of listing every single day. That's a lot on Amazon FBA because all of the SKUs already have a listing. He's essentially updating quantities for 4 hours a day. That's very impressive. So once you have that set up, I want you guys to actually time your processes. So this is number 3, and this is amazing. So please smash the like button if you haven't already in this video, and consider subscribing because I'm trying to give you guys rock solid tips to grow your eBay store to your dream store. I call this the dream eBay store template. I added it to my profit loss ledger. So this does cost money. You either get it for free when you join the Facebook group, or it's $35 with code YouTube. You can track your profit loss, so you know what you're going to owe in taxes. And also I'm trying to add all these calculators and tools in there. And you can essentially figure out how long your dream will take. So to give you guys an idea, my dream store, $132,000 a month. At the end of the day, it makes more than $25,000 per month. And my dream eBay store, I don't have to go into it. Okay, so I want to have the ability to say, look, you guys run the store. If I have to come in, you're fired. I don't want to come in. I want to pay you guys well. $20 an hour, in my opinion, is pretty decent for this type of work. So that is what I would like to pay my photographer and my describer, and then my My manager, I'm willing to pay up to $1,500 a week, which is solid. That's $72,000 a year. I've always thought 70K is a number that people can earn a living, and it's not life-changing money, but it's enough to support themselves in California. So that's where I want to be. I want my manager to make $72,000, the other two workers to make $20 an hour. This is what it looks like when it's done. Just 3 people, and it spits out $25,000 a month pre-tax. Obviously, easier said than done. If you look at this is where all the numbers start to matter, and you start to think about how long things take and what things cost. So I put in here a cost of goods sold of $3. The reason why it's $3 is because I buy bulk. It's actually much cheaper, but it comes with a whole bunch of stuff that I don't want. So I have to go through and sort and find all the items that are worth $22 or more, because that's really where I want to be average sale price wise, because the most people can afford stuff that's around $20 or less online. So I want to have my store full of affordable things. So I've broken down all the costs here as a sample for you guys to look at actually, this is not even a sample. This is my actual dream store. If you go to the sales ledger, I'll give you, I broke it down to a smaller number, maybe a 4,000 item store that makes you $2,500 a month extra, which is very nice. You can go in here and adjust it. Obviously, if you run your own store of 4,000, you might have a higher average sale price. Let's put in $30. So now you're taking home $6,500 a month. Very impressive. So hop in here. You can adjust the numbers after you make a copy. So go up to the file section, click make a copy, and it will allow you to enter in your own formulas in here and figure out how much money you want to make in your resale business. Then when people ask you, hey, are you still unemployed, because they don't understand what your resale business is, if you actually know your numbers, that won't insult you. If you don't know what your numbers are, that's actually going to be painful, because you're going to be like, oh, they don't take me seriously. But I don't have people not take my store seriously. I don't have that issue, because I take it really seriously. It's all about how you're feeling internally is how that person can actually affect you. So I'm going to give you guys a thought from Marcus Aurelius right now, because I really think this is powerful. If your happiness is derived from other people's approval, you're basically giving the power to them. You're letting them decide if you're happy or not. Don't do that anymore. You decide if you're happy or not. Stop worrying about what other people think of you. It doesn't matter. Number 2, if you derive your happiness from pleasure, let's say you love fancy cars or watches or amazing food, don't do that either, because then your happiness is reliant on that food. What if you can't get filet mignon today? You're going to feel horrible. Okay, so if don't put your happiness in other people's opinions of you, that's terrible. Don't put your happiness in things that give you pleasure, because that is going to constantly change. If you don't believe me, if you love chocolate cake, the first piece of cake is going to be awesome. The 10th piece of cake is going to taste horrible. Okay, so that just shows you how fast that wears off. You can't even eat your favorite food 10 times in a row before becoming disgusting to you. So what should you put your happiness in? You should put your happiness in yourself. Invest in yourself, grow yourself, become an amazing person that makes more than you need, so you can be in a position to give to other people. That never gets old. You can do a 1% improvement on yourself every day until your last breath. Okay, you're going to be psyched if you improve yourself every single day. You control your own power. Guess what? Not every single day you're going to be able to pull it off. Some days you're going to be a worse version of the day before. But again, it doesn't matter. Remember, those slow improvements over time, you're going to be 100% a better person next year. Guess what? That translates into better friendships, better relationships with yourself, better health, better business, better everything. So just think about improving yourself slowly over time. Stop worrying about what other people think. It doesn't matter. Don't let them control your happiness. They are not. Just please don't let them control your happiness. That's really stupid. Okay, finally, this is step 3, defining what it looks like when it's done. Figure out what your dream vision is. So we're gonna get into our last tip, because there's 4 tips in this video. Again, smash the like button. Consider subscribing, or if you don't like smashing things, gently caress the like button. Number 4, tidy it up, people. I think this is really true. Your external environment is a reflection of your internal environment. For me, cleaning up my personal space was massively important for me building my resale shop. I love the idea of donating one item a day at home. I tried that with my wife. We don't have anything left that we don't need or love. Every single thing is what Marie Kondo would say, brings us joy. Sparks joy. I pick up something, sparks joy. I've got this little time, this hourglass in front of me that's exactly half an hour. It brings me joy. When I'm doing something, I know we only have a limited time on this planet. So, I want to make the best of it. Time is running out. You are dying 1 second at a time. So let's just get it all in perspective. We're all here. We won the genetic lottery. Let's make the best of it. Clean up your workspace because it's really going to help you up here, clear up your mental real estate, and it's going to help you get to that next level. So I'll see you guys at the top. Please subscribe to this series. There are 7 more videos like this, and they're not just reselling. There's stuff related to life. It's just my personal opinion on things. If you don't like it, you can unsubscribe and watch a different channel. Even better, this may not be good for the YouTube algorithm, but you could just delete the YouTube algorithm, unsubscribe to my channel, throw your phone into the water, and just subscribe to your own life. Just get a notebook, write down the amazing things that you're doing. Stop worrying about what other YouTubers have to say. My opinion is not the boss of you. Okay, I'm just telling you my own personal experience. Go out there, make your own experience. I'll see you guys in the next show. Have a good one. Make progress daily.